Hey everyone, my name is Mike. I am an HVAC professional, and I'm going to start what should be a series of videos on how to wire up zoning panels. But before I get to that, I wanted to kind of get this video out of the way because I have had hundreds of questions on how to wire smart thermostats to switching relays like this when you don't have a common wire. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to power up this relay I have here. I'm going to take this Nest 3rd generation learning thermostat. It's been sitting in my drawer for 3 months. I guarantee you it's dead as a doornail. And we're going to show you 3 methods on how to hook these things up to a switching relay when you don't have common wires. The first method is going to be the resistor method. Now, these are 1000 ohm half watt resistors. The second method I'm going to show you guys, since I'm working with a Nest thermostat, I'm going to be trying the Nest power connector. And the final method, which is tried and true, most guys just go straight to this anyway because we know it works, is the dedicated transformer with a rib relay. So let's find out what works, what doesn't. Let's see what happens. All right, so here is our wiring arrangement for the resistor method. I have a power switch here with power going into the board. I have my black hot, my white neutral, and the green, which is the ground. Here is our thermostat, red wire on RH, white wire on W1. And here on the switching relay, we have the red wire going to zone 1 R terminal and the white wire going to zone 1 W terminal. Now you can see I have the resistor here wired into that W terminal, and it's connecting to a blue wire there that I ran over to the common. So a lot of these switching relays, they will actually have a common terminal as well, not just R and W, but in this case they didn't, so this is what I ended up doing. You also want to be careful that this bare wire on the resistor is not grounding out on anything, so that's just something you want to pay attention to. Power on. Oh, there it is, little orange light. Oh, green. Let's see if this thing charges up and turns on. Here we go. It actually worked. All right, so let's move over to the power connector method. So I shut the power off, and as you can see, my thermostat needs to shut down to recharge the battery because there is no longer power going to it. So let's go ahead and hook up the Nest power connector and see if it will turn back on. All right, so here's our wiring arrangement with the Nest power connector, and I'm just gonna walk you guys through this real quick. So the panel is going to send power onto the zones R terminal, and that is going to go into the power connector R wire on the right side there. Now what that's going to do, it's going to send power over to the R wire on the left side here. That's the gray R wire, and that is going to get hooked up to the red wire that goes up to the R terminal on our thermostat. Thermostat calls for heat. It is going to send 24 volts back down on this white wire off of W1. It is going to go back into the power connector W terminal, that gray W wire on the left side. It will go to the white W wire on the right side into our W terminal on the thermostat zone. And over here, I have the common hooked up. So let's go ahead and turn the power on, and we'll see if this thing powers up. All right, well, unfortunately, the power connector arrangement here does not work, at least with these Taco relays. I am going to be trying this again on a Honeywell at some point, so I will get back to you guys on that. But now you know, if you don't have a common wire and you have a Nest or any other smart thermostat, the resistor so far is the way to go. So let's go ahead and do the transformer and rib relay and see how that works. All right, so now I have my transformer and rib relay set up, wired in here, and I'm just gonna walk you guys through the circuit now. So these 2 wires here, the black and white, this is the primary side of our transformer. I went ahead and just wired it in along with the other wires on the hot neutral. All right, so the power comes in on the primary side. This is our secondary side, our 24 volt side. So we have our load and common terminals here. This is where the 24 volts is going to come off the transformer. So what I did here was I ran 24 volts up this red wire, and you can see I have it wire nutted here to the red wire that goes up to the R terminal on the thermostat. When the thermostat calls for heat, the switch will close between R and W. the 24 volts will come back down the thermostat wire on this white wire here. Now I have this white wire hooked up to a blue and white wire going to our rib relay. That blue and white wire is our low voltage connection. We also have a black and white wire coming off the relay that we're not going to be using because that is for high volt, that's for 120 volts. So the 24 volts are going to come in on our blue and white wire to the rib relay. The rib relay will send that 24 volts down the yellow and white wire, which is the common for the relay, and it will be sent on this white wire here all the way back to common on the transformer to complete our circuit. Now, when the thermostat closes and calls for heat, and this relay closes, the other side of the relay is going to activate. So what I have here is an orange wire and a yellow wire. This orange wire is normally open. That means this circuit is going to remain open until this relay is activated by the thermostat. This blue wire over here is normally closed. So if I were to use that wire, this circuit hooked up to the relay would remain closed until the thermostat opens the circuit. So let's go ahead and let's turn our power on and let's see if our thermostat will actually power up. And there we have it. We have power to our stat. So let's go ahead and let the stat turn on. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put a call for heat. We'll watch the relay activate the zone, and we should see a red light there on zone 1 if everything works right. So our thermostat's ready to go. I am going to go ahead and turn up the heat, and you can see our rib relay activated, and our zone is now calling, zone 1. So everything works good. And this is why a lot of guys go straight to this, because it's tried and true. It's been done over and over again. So let's go ahead and turn our thermostat down. And we can see our zone kicked out and the relay shut off. So there you have it. That is the 3 methods, and now you know, if you at least have a Taco relay panel like this, the power connector probably not going to do you much good, but the resistor or the transformer and relay method are good for you. So thanks for watching.